Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Before we get started, we've got a couple of minutes to wait before the meditation goes live. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to prepare yourself by bringing your attention to your breathing. Take a moment to realize you're inhaling and feel the air flow in, preferably through your nose if you can. Feel how the air flows through the inside of your nostrils. Can you feel how the air touches the back of your throat? And when you breathe into your lungs, we know the air goes into the lungs, right? And we know that's where it stays before it comes out. But can you kind of imagine that it goes deeper than that? Imagine it flows all the way through your lungs. And the place where you can feel it, because your lungs are not that good at feeling the air, the place where you can feel it is in your belly. Try and expand your belly like a balloon. Imagine that that is where the air is going, into a balloon in your belly that you fill up full of air. And then with every exhale, slowly out. The balloon in your belly shrinks again, and the air flows all the way out. And after a few breaths, after a minute or two of breathing, you'll be ready to float away with us. Pat, good morning. It is awesome seeing you. Hello. Right, our teacher this week is the Dalai Lama. And the first three quotes that I'm sharing from the Dalai Lama really say the exact same thing, but in different words every time. I think it's well worth hearing them from these different angles, from these different perspectives. The Dalai Lama says that if a problem is fixable, if a situation is such that you can do something about it, then there is no need to worry. If it is not fixable, if there's not anything we can do about the situation, then there is no help in worrying. Then worrying is just not helpful. And his conclusion is, there is just no benefit in worrying whatsoever. I enjoy his words, and he repeats the same thing a couple of times over in different ways. He says, if a problem has a solution, we must work to find it. If it does not, we need not waste time in thinking about it. Maggie, good morning. It's good to see you. Same thoughts, just different words. And then the most simplest version of this is, if it can be solved, there is no need to worry. And if it can't be solved, worry is of no use. So to me, he speaks clearly about take action on the things you can change and accept and let go the things that you cannot change. If you were in a little sailboat in the middle of a storm, you would have absolutely no control over the forces around you. The storm is going to do what it's going to do. You wouldn't be able to change it. You could only accept what the wind does and what the waves are doing. Where you could take action is you are the captain of this little ship and you have to decide how the sails need to be set. What are you doing with the rudder of your boats? And what are you doing with the sails? And that would be where you have control, where you can take action. And I love that as a little analogy because we are always living in a world where there are forces larger than us that we have no control over. Whether you have absolutely nothing living in a shack, there are forces around you have no control over. Whether you are fabulously wealthy, you still live in a world surrounded by forces that you have no control over. And for all of us, we can only try and recognize, how do we steer our little ship, our little boat, our little yacht? How do we set our sail? How do we manipulate our rudder in the midst of forces we don't have control over to get to the destination that we need to be or that we want to be? So our meditation today is the Serenity Prayer, And the Dalai Lama has another word or two that I think helps us along this journey. He says, many people think that patience is a sign of weakness. I think this is a mistake. It is anger that is a sign of weakness, whereas patience is a sign of strength. Good morning, Karabo. So often it is anger or something similar that has us trying to control things that we can't control. It is often patience that leads us to the wisdom to know the difference. One last little thought. When you talk, you are only repeating something you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. And that's another pointer in the direction of how do we find the wisdom? Where is the wisdom to know the difference? What to accept and what to change? Less talking, more listening normally leads us in that direction. Hugs, good morning. It's good to see you, man. Right, and for today, our listening very specifically is trying to listen to our soul and the wisdom, the guidance that we already have. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away together on today's journey. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. And out. A deep breath in. And out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, feel yourself grow from your center, expand in all directions. As you breathe in, raise yourself up, make yourself a little bit taller. And once you have a belly full of air, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Our journey today is to find ourselves sitting at the feet of our soul, listening. But in order to get to that place, we have to try at least to put down what we're carrying. With every exhale, as you soften, put down the burdens of the past that you're carrying. Our mind does this. It's not good or bad, but we do tend to think thousands of the same thoughts repetitively every day. So much of our thinking is stuck in the past, and that keeps us from being present. With every exhale, become less past and more present. And of course, we have a lot of thinking that is worried about the future. Lots of worst case scenario thinking. With every exhale, become less future and more now. You see, your soul does not live in the past or in the future. Your soul is only to be found in the eternal present moment. And the more you're able to soften into here and now, the more chance you have of listening to your soul. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies become comfortable for the rest of the meditation, stretching and adjusting. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. And very gently roll out your neck muscles, forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Slow, gentle, big half circles. Feel where the edges are, and very gently lean into those edges. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, slowly roll your shoulders backwards. Big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, focus on your spine. Curve your spine to the left and to the right into the shape of a banana. Drop your right ear closer to your right hip, and then drop your left ear closer to your left hip. Nice and slow, gently leaning into your back muscles. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened into presence as much as we can, we can turn our attention inwards, dive deep inside, and see if we can float all the way down to find ourselves sitting at the feet of our soul, ready to listen. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, feel into your body and invite softness all the way in. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel your shoulders falling. Feel your body softening. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in through your nose, really feel the air. Feel it flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon in your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. You're holding you inside of you. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath, As you dive deep into you, paint this picture. You're diving inside so deep that you're floating deeper and deeper into you, and find yourself sitting at the feet of your soul, ready to listen. Take your next big breath. We're starting with the first verse of the Serenity Prayer. The first verse asks, please give me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Take a moment to feel the words. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, hold those words in your mind. Feel them in your mouth. Please grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. Take your next big breath. It is amazing sometimes how answers can come when we're not applying our mind to try and think of answers. Can you ask a question and just let it go? Have no desperation for the answer, but trusting that your soul knows and that you can ask. When you're ready, you'll be answered. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, the question is, what is one thing in my life right now that I need to accept? What is one thing I need to let go of because I'm not going to change this? What is one thing I need to accept? Take your next big breath. The next line of the Serenity Prayer asks, please give me the courage to change the things that I can change. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, hold those words in your mind, feel them in your mouth, say them over a few more times. Please give me the courage to change the things that I can change. Take your next big breath. And then see if you can just sit at the feet of your soul and ask. Ask the question and let go of the need to have an answer. And trust that your soul knows, and you will be shown. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, the question is, what is one thing in my life right now that I do need to change? What is one thing in my life right now that I do need to take action on? Take your next big breath. Last line of the Serenity Prayer asks, please give me the wisdom to know the difference. To be able to see the difference between what to accept and what to change, because it's certainly not always easy. I don't want to just accept the things that I do need to change. And I don't want to keep wasting energy on trying to control things that are not mine to control. The Dalai Lama spoke this morning about patience and listening. They're probably valuable tools in uncovering this wisdom. or with your next big breath as you dive deep into you. The question is this: please grant me the wisdom to know the difference. Please show me what I'm not seeing. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release. Make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, invite softness into every fiber of your being. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I will leave you to your own silence for a few more minutes. You can continue this conversation with your soul. What is one thing that I need to accept? And what is one thing that I need to change? And a question I've always felt and found very valuable is, please show me what I'm not seeing. I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. practice of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this guidance. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for finding myself sitting at the feet of my soul, listening. Take a deep breath in. While this body might have a shelf life, a beginning and an end, this soul spans the ages. There is wisdom in me. Thank you. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for patience. Thank you for listening. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being on this journey to your soul. Lots of love to each one of you. I want to repeat one more time the simplicity of the Dalai Lama's words. If it can be solved, then there's no need to worry. And put yourself into the action of solving it. And if it cannot be solved, then worry is of no use. Worrying is always a waste of energy. Lots of love to you. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.